Pick up a pack of these zip ties for these genius home hacks. You got a clogged sink like I do? Look at this. The water just keeps building up and won't go down. Take a zip tie. Don't cut all the way through. Just cut halfway. And you're going to cut at a 45-degree angle, making little barbs on your zip tie. You can do this on both sides. Once you do, stick it down the drain and just keep working it in and out. As you can see, it's starting to get all that gunky hair and nasty mess out of there. Once you pull that through, watch this. The water flows just nice and keeps it clear. You got to travel with luggage and you're worried about some looky-loos looking through the luggage. Instead of a lock, you can just take an inexpensive zip tie, put them together, it secures it, and nobody's going to get inside those suitcases whenever you need to. They're easy to remove whenever you're done. Got a WD-40 can, you got that straw that always goes missing? Take 2 zip ties, tie them together, clip off the excess, and what you can do is take the straw, put it right through where the joints are together, and then roll the straw over, and it's going to stay secure, and you always have it whenever you need it. And it's easy to take apart. If you got a bunch of wires just hanging out, such a mess, especially under your desk where your feet are or anything like that. A zip tie is perfect. Putting those together, and look, it keeps them secured. And if you ever need to pull the wires out, just give it a tug and it will pull right through those ties. Not a problem. Next one, if you got a strip screw in a door, especially if it's wobbly or anything like that or keeps coming loose, cut some of the zip ties in little pieces and stick them inside where the screw goes. Once you do the screw and put it inside, it actually gives it enough friction. Don't over tighten, and it'll hold it in place and keep that door from rattling. Also, you got a drill bit, but you don't want to drill all the way through the wood because you're afraid of hitting your table. You can use a zip tie to measure exactly where you want the depth of the drill bit to go. Give it a drill, and when it gets to a certain spot, stop. You're done. And that gives you a perfect measurement every time. Our next hack is if you got tools or caulking or anything like that that rolls around, all you got to do is take one zip tie, put it around, don't even cut the excess off. And watch this. None of those tools or anything you got are going to roll away from you. This one is like my favorite. Don't have a caulking gun? All you have to do is take a clamp, put 2 zip ties around the caulking tube, hold it to the clamp, take a piece of wood or a dowel, go ahead and cinch down on the clamp. Watch this. And you got a makeshift caulking gun. It works perfect. So remember, if you're either trying to hold some wires together, unclog a drain, or keep your luggage secure, don't forget about those zip ties. Perfect hacks work for you every time.
Today we're going to talk about some hanger hacks. Let's get started. Grab a toilet paper roll, cut a slit down the toilet paper roll, tape 2 of them together, slide them onto a hanger, and slide your pants over the top of the cardboard. This will stop your pants from getting creases in them. Take a cord, clip it into a pants hanger, wind it around the hanger, and clip the other end into the other clip of the pants hanger. Now you have some easy cord organization. Grab a hanger, place a rubber band on each side of the hanger. Place your garments onto the hanger. This will keep anything from slipping off the edges of your hangers. Now, if you're putting pants on your hangers, this could be a big no-no. Sometimes it leaves a crease in your pants. Grab a couple of old business cards, fold them in half, place one end over the top of the pants, and clip that into a pants hanger. Now you can hang your pants with ease and it will not leave any crease marks. If you have wire hangers, grab 2 clothespins, clip them onto the wire hanger, and then clip your pants onto the hangers. This will prevent creases as well. Now, if you're short on storage space in your closet, all you need is a chain. Place one end of the chain onto your hanger in your first outfit. A couple lengths down, place the second hanger with the next shirt or outfit. This hangs them all vertically, saving you space in your closet as well as keeps it nice and flat. Grab a hanger and a package of shower curtain rings. Place all of the shower curtain rings onto the hanger, or as many as you need. Grab your necklaces and place them onto the shower curtain rings. You can put as many or as few as you want, but 1 item per shower curtain ring. This keeps your jewelry hanging nicely and it makes it easy to grab when you're getting dressed. Grab your scarves and slide them through the rings. This will keep your scarves nice and organized, works well for decorative scarves and winter scarves. Grab your baseball caps and focus on the back side of the cap where there is a loop. This hangs them sideways into your closet and is a huge space saver. Now, if you're hanging your sweaters this way, you can really stretch out the shoulders. First, start by folding your sweater. Fold it in half. Place your hanger upside down so that the hook is in the armpit. Loop the sleeves up and over the hanger and tuck them through the bottom. Repeat that with the other side of the sweater. Grab a command hook and place it on your kitchen cabinets. Open your cookbook to the desired page of the recipe you're using and hook it into a pants hanger. Now you can cook with ease and avoid splatters. Place a command hook in your bathroom. Take a magazine and place it over the bottom of a hanger. Hook the hanger onto the command hook, and now you have an easy magazine rack for your bathroom. Take a hanger and cut the bottom center. Slide paper towels onto either end so that they hang on the bottom. Hook this into an area where you're going to need it.
So here's a cool hack. Drop a penny into a vase full of water to make sure your flowers last longer. But you need to make sure to check the date on the penny. You want one that was printed before 1982, since that is when pennies were made from actual copper, which in turn will act like an fungicide and keep your flowers fresher longer. Another useful penny hack is to fill up a bag full of water and pennies together. Why, you may ask? Well, if you're from the South, then you know just how bad the bugs and the mosquitoes and the flies and the pests like that can be around this area. So I decided to try this hack out. I simply filled up a sandwich bag full of water and a handful of pennies inside. I sealed it up and then I hung it outside on our outdoor patio umbrella. So when the light hits the bag full of shiny, pretty pennies, the thought is that it refracts and confuses the flies and insects, and overwhelmed, they will fly away and find somewhere else to hang out.
I've got some aluminum foil hacks that you're going to want to see. We're going to start with that grease buildup on the grill. We don't want those, especially when we're cooking those hamburgers for the summertime. Take off a square of that aluminum foil and crumble it up, but make sure you don't crumble it too tight because we want as much surface area as possible. Go ahead and run it all over the grill and it's going to get that grease all the way off, especially if you don't have a brush. Look at that. Just keep going. It'll get it clean. Next, you ever get some static buildup on your favorite blanket or clothes in the dryer, but then you're out of dryer sheets? The best thing to do is, again, crumble up that aluminum foil. This thing loves to mess up with those electrons that are flowing through your clothes. Just put a wad in there, turn it on for only 5 minutes, and once it's done and pull it open, it's going to get all that static electricity right off that blanket. Next step is you got some dull scissors. Those things get dull all the time. Take a square of aluminum foil, fold it in force, and you're just going to start cutting along the edges. What that does is that slowly but surely starts to sharpen your knife. Once it gets all nice and sharp, you got like a brand new pair of scissors. Next, why don't we get out the paint? Because there's nothing worse than getting that paint buildup in the bottom of your roller pan. Once you get that aluminum foil out, all the way up on the sides, you can pour your paint and it looks like magic, just like you had a new one. And if you got some paint left over on your roller or your brush, don't squeeze it too hard, but put some aluminum foil over it. Keeps it away from the air. And you can also save that paint without having to pour it back in your bucket by just taking some more aluminum foil and putting it over the top. Now that we're talking about paint, let's go back to that doorknob and put some aluminum foil over it. It's better than having to run tape all over the edges. And if you get paint on there, you can just take it off. Keeps that doorknob from getting too sticky. This is one of my favorites. You can use recycled oil or new oil, and you're going to take a little tin foil and put it over the top of a little can. Cut a little hole in the top and use 100% cotton string. Any size will do, but you want to put it in there and let that soak up and light her up. And now you've got your own little candle, and it burns great and slowly. Also, when it's all done and it goes out, what you can do is put the lid back on it and seal it up, and you've got a candle next time you need it. Also, what you can do is turn on your stove, and if you've got a ring that's a little dull and it needs to polish it up, take again that aluminum foil and put it up into a ball and drop a few in that boiling water. Put the ring in there, and then next you're going to put some baking soda. It's going to bubble up, so little at a time, and you can also add a little bit of salt. Once you do that, let it sit in there about 10 to 15 minutes. Use some tongs to pull it out, dry it off, and you're not going to believe what happens. Look at the shine on that ring. It comes right off and looking good. Next step, if you've got some rice or anything you need to put in a baggie but don't have a Ziploc bag, go ahead and take that foil, put it all the way across the bag, and use an iron to go ahead and seal the bag. Just put it on there for a few seconds. Make sure it's not steamed or anything like that. Pull that first layer of foil off, pull the second layer off, and watch this. Once you pull that baggie up, it's going to be sealed. Look at that, and it's great. Look how sealed this is. Keeps that stuff in there nice and fresh. I hope this inspired you to use aluminum foil, all the hacks that you can think of, all throughout the house and in the shop.